What's going on YouTube? Crypto Matrix coming at you with another cryptocurrency stream. And guys, the Bitcoin price has touched above $11,000. Does this mean that we are bullish again, or are we going to end up crashing back down? And is that CME futures gap basically forgotten, or are the CME gappers going to be left in tears, guys? That's what I wanted to talk about today. And guys, don't forget about my Ledger Nano S. One of my first 500 subscribers are in it to win this Ledger Nano, and all you have to do is subscribe and you'll be in it to win. And guys, if that sounds good to you, be sure to subscribe and like, and I'm going to dive right into the price action. Alright guys, so check it out. Bitcoin having a little bit of an up here. We just pumped up from around 10,957, sitting around 11,071 right now. We pumped all the way up to 11,177, so almost up to 11,200, which is a very good sign. That's basically where resistances are at. I have one at 11,250. So basically we can lower that just a pinch. Just a pinch. As we're still touching supports here and what is now resistance. So that's where that resistance line is. In the meantime, we're still moving up that ascending wedge. We're eventually going to break out of it to the downside, but when is the question. We're kind of just bouncing around in the middle of it. If you zoom in, you can see we are in the top Bollinger Band right now, but we're kind of heading back towards the middle band. The EMA 20 is above the EMA 55, and we have not too much volume going on right now. There's not too much motion. Bitcoin could definitely have a little bit of a retract coming up soon, but if it continues its bullish momentum, we could easily see 11,200 get retested, and that's what we want to see. For bullish momentum, we want to see it break through 11,200, get up to like 11,400, remain stable, start to move to the side again, and then hopefully get another pump up. And guys, is that CME gap just forgotten now? Like, look how far away we've gotten from it. We basically came right down in it at 9,800, very close down to filling it. If it would have came down a little bit more, another 200 bucks, we would have filled it. Does this mean that it could be forgotten now? It could be, guys. It could definitely happen. But as you guys know, we've seen big drops from Bitcoin before in the 10 to 12%. That would fill that gap. That's all it would take, guys. So I'm still ready for buys at that mark. You know, I'm gonna be ready for that in case there is a big price drop. You know, I got in just under 10 again recently, so I'm very happy with that. And you know, no point in selling, guys. In a bull market with this bull phase could last years, so there's really no point in selling the coin when there could just be so much potential for the upside, guys. It's that simple. So keep that in mind, and hopefully we can get back up towards this legacy line that we've been on. We've been on this one now for quite some time. Since March, we've been on this one. And if we backed up here to right to March here, a little bit after May, we started a new trend line, and we've been holding to that one ever since. And then if you scroll to the right, you can see that we almost came back up to it in August, and almost got there for Bitcoin. That would have been really bullish if we could have ended up back on that trend line. But I think as long as we're still above this trend line, which is like the legacy trend line here, basically at you know, down at $10,000, and I think that we're still in a good position for bullish behavior, and we could still end up in a very good place by the end of the year. So as long as we're above that, I think we're good. But if we were to break below this, say fill the CME gap and get like go even further down, I would be very bearish for sure. And guys, I wanted to talk a little bit about OXT. Yesterday I was talking about these optimal buy times, and we hit them. Okay, I got in right down at 2.5. I got in lower than this, actually. I got in at 0.2575. There it is. That's where I got in, right there at the very bottom of that. And I'm very happy with that buy. I think we're going to get a little bit of a shoot up here, hopefully testing back up towards 0.30. Okay, as you can see, we are kind of like, it's like a make it or break it moment right now. We're basically touching the middle Bollinger Band with some bearish candles. The EMA 20 is above the EMA, or it's working back its way up back towards the EMA 55. Okay, with a little bit of a bend going, so hopefully we're gonna get something like that over the next couple days. That would be a really good sign. And you guys got to think, with these movements in the cent range from 26, 27, 28, those are big gains, guys. So if we were to go all the way up to 30 cents, that's an easy 14%. And if you guys look at some of the last big rises, we have one here that happened on the 4th, 24%. let's just say another one right here, about 14%. So if we can get another 14%, 16, 15%, that would be very good, guys. So keep in mind for that. That's the flip you're looking for if you're looking for a flip. If you're looking to hodl, I mean, you could technically end up sitting down here again at 0.20 in the long term. That's just where it could end up if we continue this breakdown and say like it literally goes all the way down to before where the pump went. We could easily see that price, guys, so just keep that in mind. But OXT is a coin that has so much potential. We just pumped up to all-time highs. We had some really good coin run up. And then after that, so from the top, you know, we're talking 68% since the drop, guys. So that's a major drop. We're basically 70%. Okay, so 70% since the top. So these are just really, I think, optimal times to buy in general. It's the safest time you can to get in. Like if we were to drop to 80% or whatever, we're basically right back to where we were back in August, you know, in the beginning of August. So I don't think that'll happen exactly. I think the lowest we'll go is like 0.20, but in general, I do think we're going to get a little bit of short-term bullishness, at least up to 0.30. So that's why I got in at 0.257. Okay, guys, that's why I got in there, and that's what I believe is going to happen for OXT. And I can't stress enough, it is just very undervalued right now, and over the next few years, this could end up in the dollar range easily, $1 to $3 easily, especially after its first rise up to 85 cents. Guys, I want to talk a little bit about Electroneum. We're still in that descending triangle here, and we're following it very nicely here. Had a little bit of a gap right here. That might end up coming up and getting filled right there. On the band's end, it looks like the candles are below the middle Bollinger Band. The EMA 20 is kind of dipping away from the EMA 55, so it means we're going to kind of come down and fill this little gap right here. That's what I think is going to happen. Hopefully get a bounce off of that and start to come back up. Like eventually we want to break out of this, but I think we're out of this ascending wedge now at this point, and we're in this descending triangle again. Now guys, as you know, just like the last one, right here to here, we'll make this orange so you can see it easy. We could end up with that same kind of motion to the downside. We could end up at 0.44, okay? End up at 0.0044, excuse me. So that's where we could end up there, guys. So just keep that in mind moving forward. Actually, it could be even a little lower, guys, 0.0043, okay? So we could definitely end up by the end of this channel breaking down to down here, guys. That's definitely something that can happen. And if we don't get any more bullish momentum, say like we don't get some strong volume to the upside, we will end up down there, guys. It's that simple. But that doesn't mean, you know, it's full on bear mode yet. Guys, as long as I'm above the 0.40 or 0.004 here, I think that we're still in a bullish sentiment. And you got to think, after that big sell-off that we had, so from all the way up, I'm just going to go from right here. But we went all the way, we're like right there now, so that's another 72%. So this is another optimal time to buy coin. Okay, guys, it's just another optimal time in a bull market to get coin. Now, if you're being picky about it, you can wait for this big drop to happen. That wouldn't hurt you in any bit. That would just help you get in a slightly better spot. But there are no guarantees the price will go down that far, guys. So you got to keep that in mind as well. Sometimes you can't be super picky, especially if you're long-term holding. Sitting in the red a little bit, that's not that big a deal. If you really believe and you kind of know where it's going to go. Granted, no one's psychic, but you can really, study a coin and study the project and study the people involved, and that's how you make good decisions based on with your money. And guys, I wanted to go over the CME Bitcoin futures gap. All right, guys, so will the CME Bitcoin futures gap, buyers at 9,600, be left in tears, guys? So as we know, we kind of broke away from that 9,600 gap, sitting up at around $11,000 right now. Is that gap forgotten, or is anyone that was hoping to get in there going to be left behind? Let's check it out. The recent week has been relatively dull on price movements of Bitcoin, as a slow upward trend has established after Bitcoin's price found a footing at above 10,000. This rally then continued toward 11,000 on September 18th, which was yesterday. but was pushed back by short-term resistance levels. The previous week has been focused solely around Uniswap, or UNI, and the airdrop of its token. Combined with several listings on high-end exchanges at the same time, let's take a look at the price of Bitcoin and its charts to gauge where the cryptocurrency may be headed in the upcoming week. So here we have the Bitcoin facing crucial resistance between 11,200 and 11,400. So right up there, guys. And if we can break above that resistance there, turn into support, that's a very bullish thing. And as long as we hold above 10,000, I think that's a very good sign. But remember, if we were to just draw a line like going like that, that's the line where I believe we have to stay above. And we've been very, very bullish above that. So that's a very good sign, guys. I don't think there's going to be too much bearish sentiment in the short term that could actually get us back down to the CME gap, unless there's a flash crash, okay, guys, which does happen. But guys, here's the possible scenario for Bitcoin, which I actually believe is going to happen. So it's unlikely to expect a clear breakout from 11,200 to 11,400 resistance in one area in one go. I'm assuming we'll see further range-bound movements after rejection at the 11,200 area, which is exactly what's happening right now, guys. We're basically punching up to it, got rejected by it. Key levels to watch include sustaining the support at 10,750 and to resume the rally toward the resistance zone, where the rejection will be first thing to watch. So we've already had that rejection, guys. Does that mean that we're going to break down further? Here's the 2-hour chart right here. So if we were to break up even further, that would be very good, guys. But we don't want to break down too far, okay? So we've kind of just broken down to this $10,800 level, just shot up a little bit. That's exactly what happened, guys. So can we push back up, test this, and get rejected, or hopefully push through it? I'd like to see it push through. I'd like to see some bullish sentiment. But even if it breaks down, guys, I'll be looking to get more coin. It's that simple. So if a rejection occurs, the bearish retest confirmation of resistance of 11,000 will warrant further downward momentum, as the chart shows. So in other words, the bearish retest of 11,000 level will likely tile momentum to the downside and increase a retest of 10,600, 10,200. So that's the bearish aspect, guys. So for the bulls, establishing a new yearly price highs highly dependent on breaking of the multi-year resistance level at 12K to continue the general uptrend for the rest of the year. So guys, some bullish sentiment needs to be pumped in here. We actually need to break above 11,200, and then we can hopefully see some of these higher prices begin to play out. But until that happens, it's kind of just awaiting for that resistance level to be broken. And until that happens, there could just be more bearish sentiment right around the corner. Now, do I think that we're going to break down past the CME gap? I don't think so. I think it's going to be forgotten at this point, at least for the short term. Maybe someday, like the bull market peak isn't happening, until late 2021, early 2022. I've heard people saying it's not going to be till 2024. So there could definitely be some more times where we could end up under 10,000, guys, and I'll definitely have buy orders there waiting to get in. It's definitely a great time to buy. I remember buying coin just within the last 52 weeks at 4,200. Guys, so it's just incredible how far we've came already. That's definitely over 100%. So don't be too picky, guys, because before you know it, this bull market will peak and we're going to be up way above $20,000, and that's just going to be and by then it's going to be too late to get in. It's going to be too late to get in. You're going to end up chasing the dragon, and just after the bull market comes a bear market, and with a bear market could come anywhere from 30 to 80% drops, guys. So just be ready now. Get in now while it's safe. It's safe to buy right now. I can't stress it enough. It's almost safe to buy all over the place, and very, very good profits to be had. It's that simple. And that's about all the time I have for today, guys. Don't forget about my Ledger Nano S. Be sure to subscribe so you're in it to win this, guys. I'm almost at 300 subscribers. That means I only need 200 more subs before I can finally give this thing away. And it's it's only going to take a few more months, so that's really good sign, guys. Really try to spread the word about my page and my channel. Get the word out there. I'm making calls that are going well for people and making good money, guys, and it's just that simple. I'm doing this for you guys as of now. I'm not monetized yet. I can't wait to get there, though. It's viewers like you that are going to get me there. So thank you guys so much in advance. I'm getting subscribers every single day, and all the support is greatly appreciated, and I'm going to keep uploading videos for you guys. So thank you so much. I am Crypto Matrix. I'll catch you guys later.